Hey friends, it's Lisa back with a new layout for Bella Boulevard. So as you can see, my background is different. I was scrapping in my veranda. I don't know if you say that in English, but yeah, because my scrap room was full of stuff from a project that I wanted to finish, and I didn't want to take everything off the table and then put it back after, so I just left it there and I moved to another spot. And yeah, here I am taking off all of the pieces of two Bella Boulevard cut files. It's one of the cut files was two birds, and then the other one was a cola bottle. And yeah, I wanted to create a Valentine's layout, and I wanted, so I when I was looking through with the Bella cut files, I saw the cola, like the Coke bottle, and I wanted, like, I immediately put that in my cart. And then I saw the two birds and I love the birds, and so I was like, okay, the birds are perfect for Valentine's layout. And then I was like, what if I put the Coke bottle there too and just make a little love declaration to Coke, because I love Coke. And so yeah, I did that, and I think it's cute and funny, so yeah. So here I am adhering all of the pieces of the birds to a white sheet of paper. I always do that because I want to have that white border around, and most of the time I even stitch around, so I need that piece around the cut file. Here I didn't stitch, but either way I'm always adhering all of my pieces on, even if I'm drawing the little critters myself and stuff. I always adhere them to white paper, and then I either stitch and then cut them out, or I just cut them out like here, leaving this white border that I really like, and it makes the little characters come out a lot more. And then here I was just checking how I wanted to place all of my stuff. The photo that I took here, or that I'm using here, is a photo that I took around 6 years ago, when I was traveling the United States with my girlfriends, and we made that stop here in the Grand Canyons, and I just sat there and I had my Coke and I had my Converse, and it was very funny because it was canyons, Converse, and Coke, everything with a C, and I thought it was very funny. So I took that picture, and then yeah, I remembered that I had the picture with the Coke, and so it was perfect for this layout. And then here I am just using some scraps of paper, or I'm just ripping some parts of the Bella Besties papers as a matting background for my photo. And I usually use 4 pieces all around of the photo. Most of the time I always do it like that because I really love how messy and whimsical, and I don't know, I love the way that it looks. And lately I've been ripping the papers with my ruler so that it has this distressed edge, instead of doing it later with scissors or a distresser tool or whatever. So I prepared my sheet of paper with gesso, and then I'm using Lindy's magical powders with some water and some gesso to create my background. And I wanted a part red and one part pink, but in the end it's just one color. The colors will mix, and then you really won't see that it was red and pink. It will be a reddish pink. But yeah, next time, or a lot of the times, I just do first one color and then the other color, because I know that they will mix a lot with all the water that I put on there. So yeah. So yeah, just flipping my paper in different directions so that the color spreads around, but mainly in the middle part of the page. I do not want the color to go, yeah, on like to the edges. And then yeah, this process is funny, because you put more color and then you take it off, and then you put more water and you take it off again. So, and then at the end you won't see the color a lot, but here it's more colored than that. You just can't really see it here in the video, because the lighting was very bright, and then I even put more when I was editing the video, even a filter with more brightness, so you can't really see that. But yeah, you will see it later. And then I don't know if you, no, I didn't talk about that. I took my little clouds there. Here the color is a little bit better, so you can see the different colors better. But for the clouds, I use my distressed oxides, and I just put this border or frame of color around the clouds. And then I'm arranging everything on my page. I'm adhering my photo. The clouds I adhered with liquid glue, and the photo I adhered with foam tape. And then for the rest, I will use, here I'm using foam tape for the coke, but for the birds I'm using foam squares, which are even more dimensional. So they are like, I think they are double the thickness of the foam tape. And yeah, that makes like these different layers and this dimension on a page. And the clouds are, oh yeah, so I said 2 Bella cut files, but yeah, they were 3 Bella cut files, because the clouds are, oh, are they? I don't remember if the clouds are Bella too. Yeah, they must be, because yeah, I always take care to just use Bella cut files when I'm doing Bella layouts, so yeah, they must be. And then here I'm using the Aria puffy stickers, puffy alphas, to create my title, and I have all of the colors, so that's always fun to find the colors that match, and I always find the colors that match, because yeah, I have tons and tons of those alphas. That's very fun. And then for the assignment was to use a lot of hearts, so I used a lot of hearts here, and they are all from these puffy sticker sheets, where you have hearts and flowers and stars and little arrows, and yeah, they like that. There's a lot of stuff on there, and that's very cool. And then I decided to also put more blue in there, or teal. Yeah, because the bottle, I didn't want the bottle and the word "you" to be the only things in blue, so I used more blue stickers, blue hearts. I don't know what's happening today, but I have to yawn all the time. It's in the morning, but still, I didn't yawn until now when I was editing, and then when I start talking, I need to yawn all the time. I'm sorry. So to add even more dimension and interest to the little characters and icons, I wanted to use some paint, so some color to create shadows. And at the end, when you look at the photo, like, it makes such a huge difference, and it looks so good. And always when, like, every time that I really see that I can do that without ruining anything, or like knowing that it will give a lot of interest to the page, I do that because it really makes this amazing difference, and I really love that. So I was coming in with some blue and some red and some pink, and yeah, and then a little bit later, I will always also use some red in the corners near the photo, because like I said, the color, if you do your background on gesso and then you use water, the color will not really sink into the paper, so it will fade a lot. So yeah, and it faded a lot. It's cool because I like that faded effect, but sometimes then after you put everything on, you can't really see the color a lot anymore, and yeah. And then I use some white paint to create also some highlights, and I love creating highlights on my little critters and stuff. It, like, can you see the difference between how it was and now? It's so good. So here, yeah, like I said, I'm using some red in the corners there next to the photo to have more color there, and it made a difference, but I should have done it first. And there I made a little mistake on the bottle. But I need to tell you honestly, I edited it out on my photos. I didn't want that big blue blob there on my bottle of cola. Yeah. So okay, then yeah, the red. Sometimes you just need to do it after, because then you see where you need to put it, and yeah, it's a little bit more difficult, and you can make some mistakes there, as you could see on a bottle, but yeah, it's okay. They're still editing programs. And then I used a gray pen to trace around the clouds, because you couldn't really see the clouds because they were white on white paper, so obviously, and that made a huge difference too. So yeah, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and see you very soon.